Good afternoon, boys. It's gonna have to be 2 takes today. I'm gonna show you the visual first here. I'm just straight east of Ammon, Idaho, and I apologize for how late I am. A bunch of lame excuses, but the one that I will share is we just got done church and it was the first time I could get up here, and I wanted to do this morning, but it didn't work out. There you have it, boys. That video represents some pretty sacred ground to me. My mom grew up just northwest of here and met my dad south of here, and my aunt and uncle still live just north of here, and my daughter and her husband raising their kids here, and one kid went on the way. But chased muley deer and elk and been fishing in this neck of the woods a lot with my Uncle Craig and my cousins, and Grandpa Jardine hunted right into his 80s, and that's the story I wanted to share. Is I wonder how sacred this ground would be to me if it weren't for a decision my grandma and grandpa made a long time ago. And they were raising their family in Arco, Idaho. It was hometown to them, lots of family around, and but things weren't going well. They weren't living the gospel. My Uncle Craig jokes that grandpa got tired of trying to go find grandma down at the pub or the bar, or whatever you'd call it there, I don't know. And got used to saying pub in Ontario. Anyways, neither of them were living the gospel, and I've got it from my aunt and my mom and my uncle, 3 kids, that grandpa pulled them in one night and told them that you know, he and their mom, grandma and grandpa Jardine, they were going to get divorced. And I can only imagine that conversation and how horrible things must have been, you know. But that's not what happened. The story goes, you know, the next thing was they just pulled up stakes. They packed up their vehicle and moved to South Jordan. Grandpa got a new job, and they decided to get active in the church. And I just wonder how much that decision has affected my life personally. And I know God's merciful and kind, but if Mom would have been raised differently than she was, and, you know, who knows. But and like I mentioned initially, I wonder how sacred this ground would be to me, if at all, if it wasn't for that one decision they made. And I'm grateful for that decision. I'm grateful for the decisions you guys are influencing me to make better decisions and to be a more manly man, and those good things. So sorry it's so late. Totally my bad. But I'm going to post a picture of our little family get together we've had this weekend. Everybody from our little immediate family has been to here, but except for one son-in-law who had to stay up in Alberta and work. But soldier on, boys. Looked like a good steam and protein fest. And Brad, your picture was amazing. I agree with Drew. A little bit of heaven right there. Have a great week, boys.